Hi all, I hope you've had a valuable, productive day. Thanks for attending and thanks for all your dedication and commitment to Sheffield children and young people. We know the last 2 years have been particularly challenging, and unfortunately it looks like this is going to be continuing over the winter in light of the cost of living crisis. So at times of crisis, when people and organisations can understandably end up in their alarm systems, it's vital that we have time to think, reflect, plan, and bring in supportive mechanisms to help people spend as much time as possible in their thinking brains, thinking about what this means for school leads, school staff, as well as children, young people and families. And trauma-informed practice can provide this. Although the term might appear to be focusing on the most vulnerable, there is more and more research to suggest that the practice, these ways of working can impact on all children and young people. If children can turn up to school and feel welcome, safe, acknowledged and productive, we're not only building their emotional resilience, but also their readiness to learn. And it's the same that applies for staff too. They need those same processes, as well as thinking about how we reach out and support parents and carers as well. And of course, schools provide this incredibly important opportunity to possibly turn around a child's life. Just one secure, appropriate, predictable adult relationship can make all the difference. For some children and young people, school is the therapy. That doesn't mean they have to get therapy while they're in school. It's about those everyday interactions that make such a massive difference to how that child sees themselves, relationships, and the world around them. We'll all have probably seen the Ian Wright videos and perhaps even the Panorama documentary, which goes into greater detail to the extent of the abuse and neglect that he experienced and how incredibly important Mr. Pidgeon, his primary school teacher, was in his life. And it's interesting to hear that Ian never told Mr. Pidgeon what was going on at home. But through the care, commitment, the stability, the belief, the mentoring that Mr. Pidgeon offered, then one can well imagine that, and we know from Ian Wright's response in the videos, that this one secure, predictable adult relationship in his life made a huge difference. And how do we create that within a very, very busy system with lots and lots of pressures on it? We need to ensure that the protective mechanisms are in place that go across the organisation and go far beyond the individual. Trauma-informed organisations is about getting the right processes, structures and relationships in place to enable all to feel safe, to get that culture right and to help everyone be as productive and creative as possible. As many of you will know, I do think the following framework can help us to navigate the support at all different levels, whether it's the individual, whole school, supporting parents and carers, and critically staff wellbeing too. We need to get the right balance between structure, relationships or attunement, and emotional regulation. It's about being open-minded, curious and reflective in our thinking, alongside having clarity of role, structures and policies to help people feel safe, alongside developing an understanding of emotional regulation and helping people to embed strategies to support their own emotional regulation. And of course, it's key that schools have a coherent approach to connecting up all the different initiatives, ideas, activities that are out there so that staff, as well as parents and carers and pupils, understand that it's all under the same vision. They understand why they're doing something, what it's about, what's the purpose behind it, rather than sometimes it can feel like we're lurching from one initiative to another. There's lots of fantastic practice going on in Sheffield. Let's pull it together, let's integrate it, and let's build on it. And it's great Ofsted are recognising the importance of the school's role in personal development and behaviour and attitudes, and how that's going to bring about those life chances for children and young people. And all of that you've heard today will really support you in your school improvement plans. Many of you have attended our Senior Mental Health Lead training, another key initiative by the DFE that recognises the opportunities that exist in schools to reach out to all children and young people and develop their resilience for the future, alongside the overlapping agendas of emotional well-being, trauma-informed practice and readiness to learn. And you already know all this. You know it's important. That's why you're here. So once again, thank you seriously and sincerely for all your incredible hard work. It's been a complete and utter privilege to work with, collaborate and learn from school leads over the last 6 years, and I really look forward to our future journey. I think might have something special going on in Sheffield. I think we've got a kind of building momentum here of understanding. It's landing at a pretty tough time, which has its kind of pros and cons in that it's very much needed, but of course it can be very hard for people to change their practice, to be creative, to be solution focused, when actually they might well be feeling very much under pressure. So let's create these opportunities to breathe, to reflect, to share, to learn, and really build the culture within schools, which will have an impact on all Sheffield children and young people. Look forward to the future journey. Cheers.